the last thing that we need to do is to learn how to stitch down a design cut out of red felt and put some beads on top. And to help us secure the red, I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the center of the design, being careful not to let it touch the edges, because this will get hard and it will be hard to push our needle through. We can put that on and let that dry. Once it's dry, we're going to start stitching down some beads 2 at a time. I've prepared my thread. I have a knot at the end. I'm going to come up from the back close to the edge, but not on the edge. I want to make a line of beads going around the edge 2 at a time. So once I've come up, I'm going to pick up 2 beads. I'm going to use my thread to point the beads in the direction that I want them to go. Not towards the center, not coming out to the side, but following the edge of my shape. Right where those 2 beads end, I'm going to put my needle down. And then thinking about how wide those 2 beads are, I'm going to come up from the back again with a little space. Pick up 2 more beads. Kind of point my thread in the direction that I want them to go. And repeat that process going around my shape. Now in the designs that we've looked at so far, you might have noticed that each kind of branch of the seaweed patterns will change colors. So I'm going to do several green, and then I'm going to change colors about halfway around. So I've gone halfway around my circle. I want to switch colors now. A couple of tips and things to not do. If I come up and I get my 2 beads on, I want to show you what happens if I take too big of a stitch. If I go down way over here and it's not close to where the 2 beads end, you'll notice that my beads can slide back and forth on that stitch. And that's what happens if I take too big of a stitch. Now if I put 2 beads on and I take too small of a stitch, maybe it's in a tiny little space, you'll see how they kind of open up. Do you see how they kind of separate and don't lay flat like these ones do? So try your best to really think about going down with your needle right at the end of those 2 beads. Okay, remember this is a practice piece, so just do your best.